I ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody else. That's why I don't never get too hyped about the win after I win, because it's like you always gotta do something over and over again till you done. And it's always gonna be somebody next, somebody next, somebody next. So I feel as though I don't have to prove myself to these people.
You know what I'm saying? So we are striving to be the best that we can be to be on that level again, you know. So, you know, you saying you want to do what you want to do, that's good, because that's what you want to do.
That's the God in you that's trying to,
that's good.
That's seeking,
and,
you know?
And you giving back and giving thanks.
Gervonta Davis is pushing his limits in preparation for his showdown with Jake Paul, determined to prove that his devastating knockout power is the result of tireless discipline and precision training rather than raw talent alone. Every session in his camp is built around enhancing strength, sharpening timing, and building endurance to ensure he remains a threat from the opening bell to the final second. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is approaching this fight as the most demanding challenge of his career. Refusing to rely solely on power, he has surrounded himself with world-class sparring partners, including Shakur Stevenson, Raymond Ford, and Montana Love. Their technical skills and experience are helping Paul refine his speed, reaction time, and ring composure, aiming to match Davis's explosiveness and prove he belongs on the same level when the two finally meet in the ring.
So that's boxing at its finest right there. You heard it. They said it. Make that bet. Everything on the line. You know, that's old school right there.
Gervonta Davis is putting immense focus on conditioning that fortifies his core and primes his body to absorb and deliver devastating blows with precision. Having endured punishing shots in past battles, Davis understands better than anyone that toughness, balance, and body stability are what separate champions from contenders. His training regimen pushes every physical and mental limit through rigorous drills designed to improve posture, equilibrium, and resistance under pressure. Each workout is structured to enhance the explosiveness of his punches, ensuring that every strike carries maximum power and speed. From heavy bag sessions to strength circuits, Davis's camp operates at a relentless pace, leaving no room for weakness or hesitation. Every drop of sweat represents preparation for the storm he expects from Jake Paul. With his stamina rising and mindset sharpened, Davis is transforming into a complete fighter, ready to outlast, outwork, and overpower his opponent.
Ain't nobody breaking.
Box, exhale.
Ain't nobody breaking.
Box. Man, boom on that last break. Box. I got him.
We take shit. Box.
Yeah, I felt that.
Good, perfect. That was your best rep. Come on.
Jake Paul is taking no shortcuts as he prepares for the biggest test of his career against Gervonta Davis. This training camp represents a defining moment for him, and he's treating it with complete seriousness and discipline. To raise his game, Paul has surrounded himself with elite talent capable of exposing his weaknesses and pushing him to new heights. Among his key sparring partners is Shakur Stevenson, whose technical brilliance and defensive mastery are helping Paul experience world-class precision firsthand. He's also working closely with Raymond Ford and Montana Love to refine his timing, footwork, and reaction speed while learning how to stay composed under pressure. Fully aware that Davis is faster, sharper, and far more explosive than any previous opponent, Paul has committed himself to evolving beyond brute strength. Each session is dedicated to polishing technique, improving ring IQ, and instilling the mental toughness needed for the biggest night of his boxing journey. Gervonta Davis has carved his legacy in boxing through relentless hard work, discipline, and an unbreakable will to win. His rise from a determined kid in Baltimore's gyms to one of the most feared champions in the world is a story of perseverance and purpose. Trainer Calvin Ford, who has guided him since his early days, has witnessed every stage of that transformation. Ford often emphasizes that Davis's success under the lights isn't a product of luck or hype. It's the result of endless hours of focused training, intense discipline, and countless sacrifices behind the scenes. Every title, every knockout, and every victory has been earned through sweat and struggle. Davis has built his career on constant improvement, refusing to settle or slow down. Now, as he gears up for his highly anticipated clash with Jake Paul, the boxing community is watching closely, voicing opinions, predictions, and debates about what's coming next.
Man, it's just so much stuff. And me and Kenny was sitting there talking about it, and the majority of it is when he was little. We talk about all the stuff when he was little, and he started laughing like, dang.
When I get by myself, I always try to like think about like back in the day stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
But we can
I
tell.
just noticed that just now, me talking about it. But when I get by myself, I be trying.
No, we can tell. When I listen to your interview, I like listening to your interviews that you do, and I can tell when you reflect back on certain things.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can see it. That's when I think you at your peace, and you start reflecting back and you talking about.
When he say something that we told him a long time ago,
and I said, damn, we like, damn, he did remember that.
Yeah, he remember that
Yeah.
shit.
I see Brody been calling you a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as far as on the which card trying to fight.
Veteran boxing coach Abel Sanchez views the upcoming matchup as a golden opportunity for Gervonta Davis, both professionally and financially. He points out that countless fighters dedicate their entire lives to boxing, sacrificing their health, youth, and personal lives, only to end up struggling once their careers fade. Sanchez believes this fight stands apart because it offers Davis a well-earned reward for the years he has poured into the sport. The financial upside is enormous, something few boxers ever experience while still at their peak. For Sanchez, this bout represents more than just another payday. It's a chance for the sport to give back to one of its hardest workers. Although the fight against Jake Paul might not carry championship stakes or ranking significance, it presents a unique opportunity to secure Davis's long-term stability and legacy. Sanchez insists that Davis should seize it without hesitation and make it count.
I don't like the fight, but as a coach, I think it's a good move for Tank Davis. I mean, I've seen too many kids go out of this sport with not a cent in their pocket, and I think that if Tank Davis takes advantage of a big payday like that, I think it's a ridiculous fight as far as a fight fan. But as a coach, I understand it. You have to take care of your own.
Yeah, you know, well, actually, now that we're talking about it, you're not the biggest fan of it. Fight fans are bringing up like, hey, you know, why did he go this way when there's Lamont Roach? Like, look how close that fight was. There was a draw. We were expecting a rematch in that fight.
Yeah, well,
what's happening here?
As much as we hate it, it hasn't become really a sport. It's become a financial sport. So he took it because it's 5-6 times more than he's going to make with Lamont Roach. That makes sense. I mean, anybody, ask anybody if they have a choice, they're going to take the money. Of course. He's got to take care of his people. He's got to take care of himself. He's got to take care of his future. That's the smartest thing to do. As a fight fan, I don't like it. But as a coach, I understand it.
Yeah, no. And I think anybody in that position, like, we got to like put ourselves maybe sometimes in that same situation. And I think anybody with like any like sense of like common sense would look at that and be like, wait, I'm making this much to fight against this guy that's only been fighting for 5 years compared to what could be maybe a really hard fight. And I'm going to make double, triple. Yeah, I'm going to go. Let me do this little side quest real quick. And let me get this money real fast. And then,
of course, you have to take care of your future, man. If it's offered to you, you'd be foolish not to take it, especially against a guy that is no threat to him.
Oh, well, I don't know. This 50 pounds, Abel.
Yeah, but he's no threat to him. Tank Davis fights the way he fights. Understand that Tank Davis fights. He's probably one of my favorite fighters. I think I've said that many, many times. He fights in a manner where he's fought all those big guys. Look at the way he throws his punches. Look at how he ducks down like if he's fighting a real big guy. Look at the way he fought when he knocked out Garcia. Look at where he puts his head and how he throws his punches. In the street, that's who he was fighting. He was fighting bigger guys than him. He was always a smaller guy. So he knows how to fight those big guys. He knows how to duck up underneath and throw those looping shots because that's who he fought in the street. At least that's my opinion anyway. He's always been the little guy, and I'm sure that I'm sure that in the streets he wasn't acquired.
The fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul symbolizes the collision of two boxing worlds, the old guard of hard-earned glory and the new age of viral fame. Davis represents the traditional path, molded by years of sacrifice, gym battles, and a lifelong pursuit of greatness. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is the face of boxing's modern evolution, built through social media, entertainment, and influence. Together, they create one of the most polarizing spectacles the sport has ever seen. Some fans call it a circus, others see it as the future of boxing, where skill meets showmanship and legacy clashes with popularity. But make no mistake, when the bell rings, none of that matters. Only talent, heart, and strategy will decide who truly belongs in that ring. Whether it's Davis proving his dominance or Jake Paul shocking the world, this fight will be remembered. So, don't blink, this could redefine what boxing means in today's era. If you love boxing, passion, and real fight energy, hit that like button, share this video with your fight family, and subscribe for more explosive breakdowns, updates, and inside stories from the ring. The countdown to Davis versus Paul has begun.